I can't see him anymore. That's annoying.
Took me down by 51. And it killed me.
Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to part 2, the truth behind FPS weapons in Star Citizen. I'm really sorry this video took so long to get out to you. Unlike some people, Sig, I actually can admit when the fault is all mine, and really it's just to do with a lack of, well, strange enough, a lack of polish and happiness with the final product, and also just time, work, all sorts of other nonsense that really just started to explode in the past couple of days. This video is actually really in-depth, a lot more in-depth than any of my other tests, and the information in this video is actually available a long time ago, almost 2 months ago when I did the test. The data hasn't changed, don't worry about that. It's not looking like it's going to change either, but there is some really interesting stuff that I revealed here in this video and over on the Spectrum page that had all this information listed out already, as well as a link to the Google Doc. You're more than welcome to have a look at that, by the way. I will be showing you the features of that during the video. But first of all, let me just get into the point of this game is complex and there's so many things that just aren't made public.
Sure.
Like this, for example.
And there you go. How much damage?
4%.
4%. 4%. Let me get closer. See what happens. Alright. Shoot in the chest. Okay, you ready? Lower chest.
Now, weapons doing more damage up close doesn't sound special or unique to me anyway, or pretty much to anyone. I'm sure that you guys are aware this point was actually made clear in the last video. What is dramatically telling, though, is that because I did a lot more tests, we managed to find out what really causes it. And really, it's about the type of ammo that you're using.
So it really is that shit. Interesting. Let's try that again. There you go. There's another shot.
1% again.
Try that again.
I actually did not take damage.
So it actually does 0 to 1%.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. You heard it here first. 0 damage. There is actually a chance that your ballistic or plasma weapon can do 0 damage, even if you get a hit marker. Now, if it looked a bit funny while I was shooting whilst walking, and if you think that may have had an effect on the result, it doesn't. I just had to do that because my character wouldn't, he wouldn't just keep his aim steady. So I had to make it steady by moving. It's a very odd second feature that I guess you could take away from this video. But yeah, basically ballistics and plasmas are like the projectiles that we know of today. They have weight, velocity, and all of that is taken into effect over distance for how much damage that you deal. However, lasers do not suffer the same fate, and in fact, laser pistols are just as deadly as some of the best ballistic rifles we currently have in game. I should also probably note that all of these tests were actually done from 75 and 30 meters. We chose those measurements because 30 meters actually seem to be very close, and 75 seem to be like your normal engagement range when you want to stay sort of back just a tiny bit. And these aren't extreme. Nothing about these distances shout extreme to me. So just bear that in mind when you are watching this video. And one thing you may have definitely noticed is the specific inclusion of space damage. Now, that's not damage inflicted to you by the space, because that would be a bit weird, right? No, it's actually because we learned during the tests that if you shoot someone in space, or in zero atmo, they take more damage. I don't know about you, but this sounds like a very important detail missed out by the developers, or just something in the back end of the code. This is a very important detail, especially if you want that advantage. It makes weapons like the Arrowhead, which in an atmospheric environment like Hurston or any other planet really, useless,
we have to try again.
it makes those guns perform incredibly better out in space because you have a lot more bullets, range, and it's laser, which means you don't get damage drop off. I think I've teased it pretty much enough now, so let's actually go and have a look at the data sheet itself. This could get a little bit boring. Please bear with me. All the information is here right in front of you. Anything in red is just an indicator of something that would definitely kill you, and yellow is something that you would die if you let yourself bleed out. Anything else, obviously, you can heal through as best we noted. And all of this data is taken as a percentage of your health pool. So that's whatever the game displayed to us. Now, we didn't break that down any further than just how much damage one bullet did. And we obviously tried to keep it to one bullet per gun, which was especially hard with the new G54 and the minigun, the F55. But we did our best and we did get one shot each. And here is that data. And I'll be honest with you, I did want to test every single gun, but you know how the game is. Sometimes you just can't get a hold of certain things, or sometimes things just don't work the way you wish they would. So we did our best with the availability that we had. And frankly, I still think the data stands for itself. So let's start with the pistols, the things that I said were really overpowered. Now, there's 4 pistols here, including the arc light, and, well, let me just demonstrate to you the power that resides in these small handheld weapons. The pistols are all rather similar. Obviously, a lot of you are probably familiar with the power of the Coda and the frag pistol, but I bet you didn't know how powerful the arc light was at 75 meters compared to those two guns. Look, I don't think anyone would blame me for thinking that the Coda pistol is the best weapon. It is probably everyone's go-to pick for a sidearm. However, just look at the numbers. Leg damage from the Coda pistol at 75 meters is 5%, 19% damage towards the chest, and 39% with a bleed with a headshot. Now, the arc light comes in a little bit lower than that, 4 to 5% for the leg, 15% for the chest, and 33% with bleed to the head from 75 meters. But you've got to bear in mind that the arc light has 30 rounds of magazine, can fire a heck of a lot faster, and because it's a laser weapon, doesn't suffer the same damage drop-off penalty over long ranges as the Coda pistol does. You can see this information clearly reflected in the increase of damage from the Coda pistol at closer ranges, such as 30 meters, 39% bleed with a chest shot and 77% bleed with a headshot, whereas the arc light, the damage is exactly the same no matter where you shoot them from, which in my opinion actually is a good thing. I think it makes the arc light the superior weapon of choice overall. I mean, even the frag pistol does more damage than the Coda up close because it has that shotgun attachment or fire mode, which just deals more damage. And you're more than welcome to compare the data of the pistols to the rifles, and you'll also see how some of them can perform better than quite a lot of rifles. But the most important thing I picked up on during these tests, and one of the most important points I want to make in this video today, is just the dramatic difference it makes when you shoot someone in atmosphere and out of atmosphere. I'm going to show you a video of me using the P6LR out in space. Now, you might be familiar, this gun was powerful in an older patch. It was slightly nerfed, I believe. It no longer one-shots you in atmosphere. You can see that clearly in the numbers. But take a look at this. So, in space, it only did 51% to your leg with the P6. Just gonna double check it. How much damage did that do to you, Japs?
51.
51. That's accurate. Thank you. Is that how much health you have left, or is that how much damage it did?
49 left.
Cool. Awesome. And Arch, I'm gonna shoot you in the chest, and this should deal 90% damage.
Couldn't tell if it killed me before it was still winding down to 40%.
This sort of data seemed to go across all guns of almost all types. Now, for some bespoke laser weapons, it didn't really make too much of a difference, but the damage was always more. That proved to be really important for some considered weak guns, like the Arrowhead, a gun that I would never recommend to anyone down on the planet Earth, but out in space, hell yeah, I would.
Pull the way for me, please.
I think I am.
Perfect. There you go. You are now. Yeah. All right. Middle on the back. One shot. How was that?
I took 47.
3, 2, 1. How is that?
Yeah. 69. I went to 31%.
69 then. There you go. Damn.
I'm healed up.
All right. Yep.
Rip.
Dead. Cool. Thank you.
Now, killing my friends isn't something I do lightly. It's definitely not something I always enjoy, but I'm not going to lie, I'm not bad at it. But
Rip.
as the graph clearly demonstrates, there are very key moments where being in and out of atmosphere will make a huge difference to whether or not you win or lose a fight, or whether or not you kill or don't kill somebody. Again, this is completely arbitrary. I don't understand why. I'm hoping that a SIG developer might be able to see this video and respond to me, maybe in the comments down below or over on Spectrum. Either way, I would really appreciate anyone that might have some insightful information. My current hypothesis is that it has something to do with the physics engine and how bullet velocity might be affected by wind resistance or atmospheric pressures and all that other stuff. Or at least that was my theory, until I decided to go to different planets and do quick tests to find out whether or not the tests were repeatable or if they changed. But it turns out the damage was exactly the same on a planet with low density atmosphere and the same on one that was high, so Hurston, Lyria. Very odd. All this fantastic information brings me on to my last item for today's video, the new Actav sniper rifle, the new electric damage type, and also one of the most deadly weapons in the goddamn game. It's insane. Look at this video. They're 5 meters apart. I'm going to shoot them both in the chest, one each time.
3, 2,
Just look at the damage.
1.
Okay.
Hey, got you both. Interesting, isn't it?
92, then 0.
Now, just like the other gunners discussed in the video, the damage is increased because they're both in space. But we also did a good check to see what the damage radius was of the Actav sniper rifle arcing ability. It seems to be like 5 meters is the maximum distance you're really going to get effective damage, but also more importantly, the time you have to actually hit them with that second bullet, especially considering the pullback on the bolt action is so slow, is really only a second to a second and a half. If even that, you really have to be accurate and on point, but at least you know that you can shoot them both in the chest and actually also in the legs if you do want to get 2 confirmed KIAs. Or, you know, even more if there's more of them. Now, I don't really have any more closing arguments or video footage to show you that's going to give you more information than you've already got here on screen and as described to you prior, but I do have some closing notes. I think that the best weapons are still the Gallant, the Demeco, and now the new Actav sniper rifle. The Scalpel ballistic rifle is still one of my favorites, but that's mostly in Star Marine, not so much in the PU, but it does have its unique abilities that I do enjoy. At the end of the day, you should shoot with whatever weapon you enjoy the most and whatever you are comfortable using. But if you want an advantage, these are the advantages that you're going to get if you just take in the notes and use them. At the end of the day, ballistics are ballistics and they act like ballistics do. They have damage drop off, they have velocity. Lasers just don't have that problem because, well, it's light at the end of the day. Plasma, on the other hand, again, interesting argument, but it is still a type of ballistic in this game apparently, so bear that in mind if you're going to start thinking the Kana is again another top tier weapon. Otherwise, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. I'm really sorry about getting it to you so late after actually capturing the footage and putting it all together on Spectrum, but I really wanted to wait until I had the right sort of information and the right structure for this video prepared, and also I just got really busy with work, so there's a lot of things in the way. Now, if you wanted to hang out today, I will be live over on Twitch as soon as this video drops on YouTube, so come check me out. We're going to play some Star Citizen, maybe some Hell Let Loose, and we're just going to relax and have some fun. And if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for hanging on for 14 minutes and 30 odd seconds. It really does mean a lot. If you could, subscribe if you like the content, like it, share it with your friends. If you didn't, feel free to let me know why in the comments down below. Anything and all feedback is appreciated. My name's Will, also known as Stewmeister. I look forward to seeing you over on Twitch. Until then, catch you next time.
Get away from me! Ah, you're too close. Social distance. Social distance.